Alright, Camaro is officially back together. Just took it for a little shakedown pass a few minutes ago. Not really a pass, just kind of went around the block with it. Made sure everything's working. It's building boost just fine. Tested it on the trans brake. Making sure the map sensor is working correctly. Just went over a few things with it. I still need to verify a couple small things, but I'm going to do that at the track. Ideally tomorrow, but the weather around here isn't looking too great, so fingers crossed we'll be able to go, but I'm not going to give my hopes up. But what I am going to do is make sure the car's ready. So it's about 95% ready right now. I just want to triple check over some stuff. Along that, just reminded me of something. So this is a E85 blow-through deal, turbo LS. Engine oil is a topic I see coming up a lot, and actually I'll show you guys what I run. This is what I run, the 1030 high zinc full synthetic VR1. I've been running this in this combo for years, probably about 3 years. Before, I was running the completely different package altogether. I was running the 2050 VR1 non-synthetic. That worked good for that application. This application, I want to say that, they have 1030 VR1 non-synthetic. So I was running that, but what I notice is the E85 breaks down that oil pretty quickly. You'll get some separation in the oil. So it actually was like kind of coming out like honey after the car had sat for about a month. This stuff, I've yet to have that happen. I'm not seeing any separation issues, and it seems to be holding up a lot better. So just for something for you guys to keep in mind, if you are running E85, if the cars are going to be sitting, you need to be really aware of what oil you're running. It seems like if you're using them all the time, it doesn't have a chance to separate like that, but even so, make sure you're running a really good quality oil with the 85. That's something I would definitely recommend. So, and actually the same thing with, we have the Mustang on E85 as well. I run full synthetic and then in that as well now just because of that problem. So, kind of a simple fix, but also really simple to not think about it and run into an issue, because it definitely does some funky stuff to the oil. Gonna raise the car up here real quick. I wanted to talk about this rear end and the transmission just quickly, and then I'll kind of wrap things up here. Make sure everything's clear. Random, but you'll see that kind of puddle of water on the ground here. That's actually from the exhaust. E85 will put out a ton of moisture. So another thing not to be alarmed if you start running E85. So this is the quote-unquote famous 10 bolt. It is an 8.5 from a 70 to 80 Camaro. Or no, sorry, 71 to 80 Camaro. Just took the factory F-body mounts, adapted them to this rear end housing, just cut them all off my old housing. I made this torque arm bracket and this torque arm. It's a body mount. I made all that stuff. And I just added this brace here this season. See if that really does anything or not. And we got the BMR anti-roll bar. I changed positioning of that this winter, so we'll see how that works out. Pretty sure this is a UMI panhard bar. But the real topic here is this rear end. Like I said, it's an 8.5 10 bolt. It works well. It's the right width. So what it actually comes down to, instead of needing those 10-inch wide wheels with a 7.5-inch backspace, you can actually now just run a 10-inch wheel with a 5.5-inch backspace or an 8-inch wheel with a 4.5. So that width works out really well and makes it simpler to get wheels. These are actually still LT1 brakes, just converted the brackets over for this rear end housing. As far as what the rear end itself is, Moser spool, Moser 33 or 35 spline axles, I honestly don't remember which, and then 323 gears, so nothing too crazy there. Tubes are welded. Didn't do anything crazy. Like I said, at 3,400 pounds, it went 1,261 and 1,259 60 foot are my best. Just a ton of 1,260s on this. Wouldn't recommend it, but just showing you guys, hey, it can be done. Action machine, aluminum drive shaft. They treated us well on that. And here is the 350 turbo that's still holding in. You'll notice something different here. This is a 700R4 or 4L60E tail housing with the speed sensor. And then I adapted the old reluctor wheel to the 350 turbo. And this is actually a 350 turbo long tail. And there was a company that made this adapter. So that all worked really well. Technically for you guys that were still running a torque arm that was mounted to the trans, you could. But I really just did it for the speedometer's sake. Which you could also do off the front hubs. I'm no longer running those style of front hubs. And the real trick for me here was I'm getting true drive shaft speed. So that's what I really want to know. I can tell when the car's spinning off of that. So just a quick video here, guys, showing you a little bit more about this combination and what we've done to it. And yeah, just kind of showing the rear end, showing the transmission, giving you guys a little bit of information. The whole reason for me on this rear end was, honestly and truly, I had it and I knew I could make it work once I did some measurements. So it's just a fun project for me. Wanted to see if I can make it work, and I have. Can't say I'd necessarily recommend everyone going out and doing this at all, but if you had a rear end like this, you got some time, you can make it work, and especially for the lower horsepower stuff. It's a heck of a lot stronger than a 7.5. So, all right, that'll be it for today, guys, and hopefully I get another video out tomorrow of being at the track. Fingers crossed.